Hello, everyone, and welcome to my solo RPG channel. Today we are looking back at the Void ship game. Voider, whatever I was calling it. It's been a little while. If you were a subscriber, you may have noticed that I've disappeared for a bit. Real life happens, and suddenly things don't work out, and you just don't have time. So this is going to be a lot less regular and a lot more raw, as I don't have the time to do large amounts of editing or a lot of the stuff that I was doing. This particular series, I was hoping to do like a more narrative, properly written thing where I was playing a game and writing out a sort of script and then reading that through. That's just not going to work anymore. So we're going back to the raw videos where I'm just playing the game with very little editing at all. Hopefully. We'll see how that actually works out when I actually try to put together edits. So, sorry the quality is going to go down, but that's the only way I'm going to keep putting this stuff out. And I probably will also try and do some more character creation stuff or system look-ats things, kind of more like the Shadowrun 6th edition one, where I think I just streamed that. So no editing at all. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, this is what the game looked like. You can see I gave it a name and then just sort of didn't think about it again. I've got a character sheet, which is just a bunch of tables in org mode, which is nice. And then a script that I was writing out as I was playing the game, which worked pretty well until I got to this combat that I did, possibly at the same point there. I did this combat, and then I cannot remember if I feel like I recorded this, but it didn't turn into a video. I wrote out, after doing the combat, a sort of description of it, which is probably a bit lackluster. Continued on to a point at the following day where is essentially where we're going to start. So I'll read this out to catch everyone up. Essentially, I'm pretty sure it was the last episode, they were attacked by behind, as they were Vass and Old Lal and three other guys. Yeah, the three Voiders in the table were attacked as they were bringing the new ammunition into the gun decks. And so they chased after... Yeah, that's right. They chased after the person who shot at them or threw something at them. I can't remember. It was possibly arrows. And then found these other four guys and just went at them. Now, Vass hung back while the others charged. Combat stuff happened in round 2. It looks like one of the gangers that they found went down. A second ganger. Then, 2 more gangers that they found went down. And I've got this description here. I don't really remember now. I came around the corner, Old Lal with me, just in time to see the others charge into a group of 4 enraged but confused gangers. These 4 were made up from the Bridgewood Cannon Gang. I wasn't sure how I knew, I just did. I'm not sure where our guys got the pipes from, but the other group were brandishing a mix of knives and pipes. The melee was a blur. I drew my long knife from where I had hidden it previously and joined the fray. When the fighting was over, we stood as a group, bruised but okay, over our defeated foes. Why? Cried one of the 3 men, the last to have been pushed to the ground. Why did you attack us? Ah, that's right. Why did you kill someone who I didn't run a name thing for? So someone's dead. John. Why did you kill John? You attacked us, one of the other gangers yelled back, furious. I looked over our foes, a few broken bones, and some cuts that would heal. Some of the injuries could be serious if not attended to, but nothing dire if left. Everyone is alive. And then I rolled 92 versus 86 on an elementary awareness perception check. So that's 2 degrees of failure. So I obviously missed noticing something. And in the moment, I can't remember what it is. And probably because I didn't notice it, it's not actually here anymore. Hold on. It would have either been the actual perpetrator lurking in the corner, or some kind of awareness that these guys aren't the guys that attacked us. Hold on. You are all alive, I pointed out. We haven't killed anyone. You came out here and attacked us. Why? Yeah, count yourself lucky, one of the others stepped forward. No, before. You and the old man, we saw you at the gates. You were sticking your noses around where they didn't belong. And when John came across you, you killed him. They glared at me. Not at the group. At me. We know now. So I guess you better kill us now, before we tell the others, and they come for you. Can you walk? The air seemed to grow still when old Lal spoke up from behind us. Can you walk? He asked again, after a pause. Should be able to. Should be able, the man who had been talking said, looking at his wounded companions. Old Lal tossed a metal arrow to the deck at the man's feet. It clattered and then rolled towards him. Not very nice, shooting people in the back while they were working. We did go around and see the decks, spoke to Raga, then came back. Don't know anything about John. Then, someone starts shooting at us. Would you take kindly to anyone who would do that? They all just glared at him. If you can walk, start walking, Old Lyle said, and we watched them limp away. And then we're just sort of cutting from that scene, but we do go over the fact that I think it should be pretty obvious at that point that they didn't do the thing. They didn't attack them, and there's some third party involved. So the following day, a challenging athletics strength test. 91 versus 32, 7 degrees of failure. Once we started moving the shells into the deck, I pretty much collapsed from exhaustion. Old Lal said I should go and rest, so I did. When I awoke the following morning, I was as stiff as anything, and still exhausted. I tried to help with cooking, and I've wrote a trivial trade, maybe? No, versus 40, trivial is plus 60. A tea trade, I don't know what a tea trade is. Cook agility versus 40, 4 degrees of success. I wonder what that difficulty was. It might have been trivial, but because I had 7 degrees of failure on my previous roll to have athletic strength. Is that the roll I should have made? I don't know. I'm going to have to look at the stats of the game. I haven't played this in months now, so we'll have to see. But, 4 degrees of success, apparently. So I'm able to happily help cooking. So the next question is, what happens next? At this point, we've set up that there are 3 gangs, 2 of which we've visited the previous day with Old Lal. Then there are also other people. There are the tech priests, and the naval officers who sort of watch over the gangs. We have now this problem where they think the other cannon gang for the what was it, the Bridgewood cannon, the cannon toward the Bridgewood cannon, think that we killed one of theirs and sent some men after us. We then attacked them because someone had shot at us. So something is going to happen. Either the Bridgewood cannon gang will do something stupid. So let's write something down here. So I've created a table, which I'll probably reuse in the future for creating chances. I go and state, these are some chances that I've got, what the chance of it is in numbers, and then it gives me a table I can refer to when rolling dice. So, for something to happen, either the Bridgewood Cannon Gang... Oh, hang on, there's another possibility. There is... So, the Bridgewood Cannon Gang could do something. The Prowwood Cannon Gang could do something. Or there could be some kind of outside investigation into our actions. The Bridgewood Cannon Gang could do something stupid. They could come and talk to old Lyle and myself. Or they could involve the bosun. The Prowwood Cannon Gang could do the same thing, except we've got an extra one. I could be told to go off and investigate myself, sneak out and see what I can learn. Otherwise, we've got the same chances, though I think we're a little bit more likely to go and have a conversation with the Bridgewood gang. Or there could be some kind of outside investigation that could come and find out what's going on. So, looking at the D10, the D100 column of the table, I've got the upper values for each of these. And I'm going to roll a couple of dice. 30. Which is that the Bridgewood Cannon Gang involve the bosun between 28 and 35. So the next question becomes, if the Bridgewood Cannon Gang involve the bosun, what is it that they do? What is it that they tell him? 51 on our new outside action table is that they accuse us of murder and the attack, and they're silent about the arrow because we gave them the bit of evidence that we had. Now, bosun ills. Oh, I've been putting an extra U in there, maybe. I'll have to check how that's spelt, I guess. Bosun is I guess, a rank or a position in a Navy ship. Bosun ills, an addicted highwayman, slightly stronger than the party. The party is really just me, so that's fine. Their motivations are to institute vigilance, account friends, and collaborate with cowardice. They are... that's specifically that conversation. So we need to roll new conversation importance and conversation mood for this. So let's have a go at that. So the conversation mood is distrustful or hostile. Let's go distrustful, yes or no. It is hostile. So the conversation mood is 22, guarded. The NPC bearing is hostile at this point. What do I roll for it? I think it's just hostile. And they're feeling a bit resentful. Bearing resentful. And their focus is 63. Rewards. So, while making breakfast or towards the end, maybe I'm getting a chance to eat. Do I get a chance to eat? Yeah, I get a chance to eat. I'm finishing my own food, my own meal after everyone else with the other cooks, and there's a bit of a commotion towards the entrance. I get summoned over, or I get informed and go over to this commotion, and Bosun Ills, who I met. I don't know that I actually caught his name myself. I believe that old Lal was just referring to him as the bosun. Is there with probably some other enforcers, armed, wearing, armored in sort of harder carapace things with rifles. And he is a few paces away from Lal and a few others going, yeah, I don't know that I should believe you. They've got a dead body. They've got evidence of the assault. You look pretty fine. So he is guarded. He's a bit resentful of probably the whole situation. I don't think that I think that they've got a very hands-off approach as long as nothing goes wrong. And this is sort of something going wrong. And it's like, fuck, why is this happening? You're supposed to just deal with these things yourselves and make sure it's fine. His focus is probably on some kind of rewards. I think that maybe he's got bonuses for if things are just running smoothly, and that's not going to happen now. If his superiors find out that there's trouble on the decks and they have to get involved, things might not go so well for him, or maybe some rewards were offered because he was running the smuggling ring, smuggling things in for the gangers. So he is having a conversation with Lal, and I've sort of turned up, and he'd see me, and you were also there. Did you do this? And I have to roll some kind of persuasion check. We are not doing deception. Charm might be the thing. It's not deceive. I could try intimidation, intimidating him back. Or I could try logic. Logic intelligence it is. So the argument I'm going to make is, why? First of all, I was just going around with old Lal because he was showing me the ropes. He was teaching me things. We went and spoke to whatever the guy's name was at the Bridgewood gang, and he introduced me. Would he have done that if we were out there to murder someone? If we had run into this person that they're accusing us of murdering, why would we have killed him? We would have just talked to him and gone back to the thing with us. Unless, of course, wouldn't bring that up. And then we'd also point out that, and the location of the fight. Like, why would we run away from the ammunition that you had just given us? we were busy loading that taking that into the deck. Why would we run off to fight with some other people if they didn't attack us first? At best, they're running away from it. At worst, someone else attacked us. Ooh. So, okay. This isn't good. Intelligence of 40. Let's just grab a table. That doesn't really sound like that's how I'm supposed to use the abilities. Maybe I am supposed to use Fellowship still. I could go Logic Fellowship. Are you supposed to do that in this system? So unfortunately, I think I've been corrupted by D&D 5e with its bloody persuade roll. The idea that you can roll a die and that determines the thing. Whereas, like, in previous versions, you actually had rolls for diplomacy where where the idea was that you were improving the way that people saw you, which is the same thing in this system. After reading through really quickly the skills again, charm is the thing that we're supposed to be using to basically exude some kind of charm and improve how people think of us. There is no persuade skill that you just roll. And of course, in video games and such, this was the same in older versions of Dungeons and Dragons, or at least third edition. And in video games, they just used the equivalent or made up stats in order to do the roll a die and see how it works thing. Or you just had to, choose the right things in your dialogue. But this again means that here, it's choose the right things in your dialogue. And because I'm not trying to deceive, I'm trying to convince. It's all about what he's willing to do. So, in his mind, what is he willing to do? He's pretty resentful for the whole thing. He doesn't like that his rewards are basically going to get taken away from him if this stuff goes on. So he wants to quash the whole thing as quickly and quietly as he can. Now, old Lal, he has a bit of a relationship with, because old Lal is the one that's been representing the Prowwood Cannon Gang to him in a lot of instances. But he's pretty guarded and kind of resentful for it, and they do see us as pretty replaceable. He does just want it to go away. So this roll that I've got, I did make this roll, and it's not a good roll. This is going to be, I think this is going to be charm. And we're looking at fellowship. So we're looking at 43, I think my fellowship was. And then we don't know the charm skill. So it's halved. And I think, is it difficult or is it, I think it's difficult. I think is where we are. So that's 8 degrees of failure. So yeah, he's not taking any of my bullshit. He's going to go, just look, shut up. Take her. And they're going to try and grab Vass. So we've got some kind of initiative situation. He's with 2 other men. We'll go 3 other men. There's 4 of them. And they're going to round on me. I can try and escape back into the decks. which is going to cause a problem. But would I know any better? And would the other gangers try to protect me? I think they would. Old Lyle is going to go, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. But he's going to get ignored and sort of pushed away. Yeah, I think that Vass is running back into the deck, and so what we're going to get is an athletics agility test. No, athletics strength test to see how far away we get from them. They're going to be chasing us. It's going to be running quickly through the deck. We know the deck pretty well. So it's going to be routine. We're going to be dodging around people that know us. And they're going to... They don't particularly like the fact that one of their own has just been... the guards have just decided to arrest one of their own. So I think it's going to be an easy check as they're going to give us that initial help to buy time, just to gain some distance. So acrobatics, strength. My strength isn't great, but I do know the thing. So we're at 32 plus 30, so we need to get below 62. Have I done something to this die? How many 80s have I rolled? Is this the only 80? Is this the only thing I've rolled? Did I roll some other 80s? So I think that they're going to grab me. They're going to keep pace with me. They're going to be able to try and grab me pretty quickly, at which point I'm going to have to make an athletic strength check again to stay out of their grasp. And this one, I think, is difficult. But yeah, they've 2 degrees of failure. I think it's difficult. 41, which unfortunately is another 2 degrees of failure, because we've got a difficult test instead. Actually, it might be an acrobatics agility. I think that that's probably fair, but it doesn't improve my chances very much. I think that my agility is 40, so difficult makes it 30. So 41 is 2 degrees of failure, or is it 1 degree of failure? Fuck, I think it's 2 degrees of failure. I think this was 3. At which point I should probably make that this, and still make it 20. I'm not sure. You get 1 degree of failure just for failing, and then you get 1 for... Yeah, so that's actually these numbers. 1 degree for failing, and then 7, so 8. Yeah, that's fine. So they've grabbed me, and they're going to drag me back out away from the other gangers. Now, so I'm going to have another athletics roll, and I think that I'm going to have some help from the other gangers. They're going to help me with this, try and pull me out of their grasp, but they're also being threatened, so I don't think... I think I have to leave it at challenging. And so this is just strength athletics. 30. Ooh, my strength is 32. Okay. And I did say challenging. So with some help from people in the crowd of onlookers, I do manage to just pull free of these people, at which point the guards are going to interpose themselves, holding their rifles up in the faces of the other gangers. They haven't been ordered to open fire, but they're going to try and grab me again. So we're going to get this athletics check, and it's just going to be challenging. But I rolled another 80 for an 85. So I think they've got me. 6 degrees of failure. So they've got me. I am pulled. I am very, very detained, held on very strongly by this one guardsman, one bosun, whatever it was that they called the guards on ships, and he's gonna pull me very easily out to the front. And Lal at this point is going, look, come on. There's not going to be any more trouble. We didn't cause it. She didn't cause it. You can let her go. Everything will be fine. And Ills, the bosun, the guy that's actually in charge here, I don't know if he's having any of it. I think I'm going to roll. Is he having any of it? And I will say 33% chance that he is having any of it. Oh shit, that's a 31. So that's all right. He's going to stop and sort of listen. He doesn't. I just think he just looks at Lal. And he's just looking at him going, there's not going to be any more trouble. And Lal's going, well, we're not starting it. We haven't done anything. We haven't done anything. We didn't do these things. We're not going to start any more trouble. We're just not going to be involved. And I think he's listening to it, going, well, can you actually contain your gang? And yeah, he's going to say, as much as they can be contained, but any other things, look, you've got some kind of murderer. If someone's been murdered, it wasn't us and we don't know where. So taking her isn't going to help you. Taking her won't end anything. In fact, taking her will just spark the flames. And I probably look at them and go, look at the other gangers that have helped me try and fight the guard off. They're not happy. And he's going to say, all right then. How is it going to stop? Do I have to cleanse the whole deck? And I think he's going to... Am I going to cleanse the whole deck, or am I going to what? And I think he's going to turn to me and go, look, I can either give you and the girl... Oh, he's going to probably say it. He's probably talking to Lal. He's not talking to me. He doesn't care about me. I can give you and the girl to the other gang, and then this all ends. Or what? Give me another option. And Lal is going to say, we'll work it out. Someone's killed one of them. It wasn't us. Someone shot at us. We had a fight with them. Yeah. But someone shot one of us with an arrow. And then they were down the thing. So someone's trying to cause this. And if doing anything to us will not solve this problem, it's just going to continue to escalate. So give us time to try and work it out. And the bosun will look at him, think about it, swear, and then agree. All right, fine. If we have to do it that way, we'll do it that way. But you've got a week. If anything else, or no, I don't know that it's a time period. It's just the second anything else happens, if you haven't got me answers for me, we'll end this. I'm going to call it there for the session. We've got some idea of what's happening now, and I need a break. So thanks for listening. I hope you're still interested, and I'm going to try and keep these coming, keep these updated, and we'll see how we go. We'll try and get one out at least a month, but keep it going, and also look at maybe looking at some other RPGs and character creation for them, and it'll be more of this raw live stream sort of format. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.